Hey guys, welcome back to the New England Scrapper. Now today, I've got a little bit of a different video. So, I went out and did a residential pickup today, but it might as well have been a commercial because the amount of times I picked up from this guy, it's not even funny. Anyways, he gave me a ton of keyboards today, like twice as much as usual, and none of them are really clean enough or really worth enough as far as I know to bother with reselling, so I'm going to scrap them, and I figured I had a lot of keyboards, so why not make a video? So I'm going to start off with this Dell here. A simple Dell keyboard. So standard deal, cut the cord. I got a pile of cords behind me. The thing we're going to need is a skill drill, which has worked very well for me, so I'm going to continue to use it. Anyways, as I was saying before here, I've been working with this gentleman for a while, and he's a nice guy. Basically, he's been collecting, like keyboards and audio stuff, computers, printers, like just any sort of electronic. Like he's been, holding on to it for years and years and years. And he basically decided he needed his storage space back for, other things. So what he had to do was basically go through and just kind of start clearing it out. Found my ad. I think he may have Facebook messaged me. And I need my screwdriver. I hope I can find where I put it. So yeah, he Facebook messaged me, and I've been working with him for a couple months now, just getting stuff here and there. I gotta find my screwdriver. I can't get into this. Should have one right here. Well, I had a screwdriver somewhere. Where'd it go? Somebody did it? Huh, well, that's really strange. It's not where I left it. Well, anyways, let's get into this thing. So, my plan is just get open as many as I can, and, yeah, I gotta, hold on. This is semi-frustrating. So, for those of you who haven't clicked off already, let's see, oh, there's one of them. Where's the one I need? There it is. Anyways, this is what I was looking for. One of my other most used scrapping tools. A flathead screwdriver to pry to pry stuff open. Now, oh yeah, I probably should have gotten something for all like the keys and all that crap. So this one here's got like little plastic tabs that you have to like break off to get into it. So plastic. Put it on the ground, I guess. So I'm just gonna cut these wires here. Anyways, my plan is, if there's any circuit boards in any of these, of course, remove those. Get the wire, whatever. But, you know, I normally don't do precious metal recovery. But, you know, these keyboard Mylars, they don't really sell for that much money. So I have floated around the idea of just stocking them up. Maybe going in, just giving it a try. So we got a little low-grade board here with an IC chip on it. You can take that off if you want. That pretty much devalues it to a no grade. But if you're selling to a scrapyard that doesn't, you know, specialize in e-waste or anything, you might be okay. So I mean, you could take that off and still probably get low grade for it, but you know, you gotta talk to your buyer. Some, you know, I think I might be able to get away with it, just because I sell most of my low grade to a scrapyard right now, just to get rid of it. I get so much, it's not really worth hauling the trip over to my board buyer. So I mean, yeah, I floated around the idea of, you know, the precious metal recovery on the keyboard Mylars or whatever, just because, you know, pretty simple usually, except for this one here, which is actually, you know, green with like that black carbon kinda. I don't know if you can see that on the where the keys would be. It's got like this black carbon thing, and those have to go through a completely different process, I guess. So there's one. Then scrap steel, garbage, and more garbage that's falling all over the place now. Because these things suck. I really hate these things. They get all over the place and make such a mess. So, if you can sell your keyboards whole and get a decent price for them, honestly, I would recommend it. Because it's such a hassle. Sometimes, you know, some of them I just quit, you know, partway through, and I'm just like, you know what, forget about it. This can just go to scrap steel. Anyways, we got another Dell keyboard here. It's a Dell Quiet Key. Not very quiet. So again, standard procedure. Cut the cords off and go in for the. This one's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to do some breaking. And go in with the screws. Get them out. There we go. That one came out pretty easy. We've always got that little bit of wire there that we can rescue. A lot of these keyboards are pretty ancient, to be fair. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've gotten from this client is pretty ancient. So, let's see here. Now, I've opened up a couple of old keyboards, and I actually found like a bunch of, sorry, not a bunch, but like circuit boards instead of a Mylar. I'm not sure what the advantage to that would have been, but I don't know if it was just the technology at the time required a circuit board or what. But yeah, I've already scrapped out the computer, all the computers that these could have gone to, could have worked with. I don't think they would work with any computers that we have now. But yeah, so let's get rid of these screws. There we go, just so that I missed a couple. Typical. No, I didn't miss them. So, alright. So we got another one of these strange Mylars here. This is one of those weird ones that it's got that green and carbon all over it. So these are going to go through a different process. Again, like I said, compared to just a regular keyboard Mylar. And I'm dropping everything. Scrap steel. Yeah, these things get all over the place, and it's not very fun. Honestly, I just throw... sometimes I just throw them in with a scrap steel bucket. I mean, you know, I don't throw that many in, but you can have a, you know, fairly high contamination rate with scrap steel, so... Yeah, I know I probably shouldn't do that, but whatever. Anyways, another circuit board. This one's all green with an IC chip, so I'm going to put this one into mid-grade boards just because it's green. And I might be able to get away with that because it's, you know, such a decent IC chip. Normally I wouldn't, but in this case I will. Anyways, I apologize for not really having any that many new videos up recently. I've been very busy. I haven't had a lot of time to put into this, or even scrap for that matter, because it's not my full-time job. I've got other, you know, as of now, my clientele just isn't big enough to make this full-time. But one of these days, eventually, you know, I plan for it to be. And it's still, you know, a decent chunk of my income, but yeah, just not enough. So, it's a very strange one. It's a very large board. I think I could still get away with this being a mid-grade, though. I mean, it's got 2 IC chips on it. It's not brown. I mean, I've definitely pulled mid-grade boards out of stuff, but it, you know, it was the brown boards or whatever, the brown board. And I try to not throw anything that's brown into mid-grade boards, just because it doesn't. If your board buyer goes in and sees brown boards mixed in with your mid-grade, you know, they might start to question it. So, because most brown boards tend to be a low-grade material rather than like a mid or a high grade. So that's a really good telltale way if you're just starting scrapping or whatever, and you want to like learn the board grading differences. That's one good indicator of whether you have a low grade board or not. If it's brown or white or tan, anything like that, it's probably not anything that valuable. Also, if it's, you know, got large transformers or capacitors, anything like that, again. So, yeah, most of the little boards of these things tend to be. Oh, that's a disgusting mess, huh? Gross. Yeah, a lot of the keyboards in this batch are pretty gross. So, yeah, not really a surprise, but it's whatever, I guess. Just happy I'm getting the scrap. Anyways, when you get these keyboards out, one thing you want to do, especially if you're stocking them for yourself, you know, just to save you time later on, is just take out these blanks in the middle. I don't think I've seen a blank anywhere else yet. They all tend to be in the middle. So usually what you have is Mylar on top, Mylar on bottom, and a blank in the middle. So, just remove that, you should be good. Alright, our next one is a Packard Bell. Very interesting. So yeah, you do get quite a bit of plastic trash from this. So, okay, good. I was worried this one might not unscrew. Because, I didn't think I had the right drill bit for it, but I guess I do. Perfect. That's awesome. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, whatever, I'll clean them up later. Could use the magnet which was a great purchase, by the way. So now I'm actually like able to do a real video where I can use two hands. It was pretty rough for that little bit there when I was trying to make videos with one hand. That didn't go over too well, especially like the actual scrapping videos, not like the how-tos. The how-tos I could pretty easily do with one hand, but not any of the real scrapping videos, like the how to scrap out a CRT, or not CRT, a flat screen. Anyways, you got one of the more desirable little silicone things here. Silicone rubber, this is pretty much trash. There's not much you can do with it. I mean, I don't think you can even throw that in your recycling bin if your town or council or whatever offers it. So, the blank, a couple more Mylos here. So I'm starting to get into the, the swing of things. It's kind of, starting to speed up a little bit as I go along. So we have another, that's a PC accessories, covered in some sort of crap, I think. So that's kind of gross. But yeah, anyways, let's keep going here. Haven't done as many as I'd like, but I don't think I'm gonna get through the whole thing, because I don't think anyone wants to sit here for half an hour, or not half an hour, for like an hour and a half scrapping keyboards. People get bored pretty quickly. Anyways, scrap prices where I am here in New England have held very, very well. And I've actually been really impressed. When steel shot up to like $250 a ton for light iron, I was like mega impressed. I'd always heard stories from people older than me, before I got into the scrapping game. They're like, oh yeah, I remember when light iron was $200 a ton, instead of 90, which is what it was at for the majority of my scrap career. So that was definitely something to experience. And I mean, even now, the prices still aren't terrible. I'm still really happy with where they're sitting at. I think the last time I went to the scrapyard and sold, my number 2 insulated, or shop wire, I think I got, I can't remember, I think it was like $1.20 a pound, or something like that. It was a decent amount. So hopefully at some point I'll be able to get a GoPro, but that's a lot of money to invest into something. So that may be in a later date kind of thing. So more Mylars here, and this thing's just garbage. So right here we have I'm not sure what happened to this. I don't know if it's smoke damaged or light damaged or what. But it's I don't know what it is. Monterey International Group. Yeah, again, I don't know if any of these have any value, but I don't really want crap colored, well, it is crap colored, but crap covered stuff all over the place. It's just kind of gross. I did also just get like bags of old RAM and stuff. A lot of it's silver tin fingered, but man, look at that. Look at the BGAs on those there. That's some pretty intense RAM for. Oh, really? I'm not gonna mess with that one right now. All right. We'll do a Wise. Maybe. This one's very, very heavy and very old. Or at least I would assume it's old. It looks very old. So, see if my drill bit will work on this. Yeah, it does. So anyways, yeah. So scrap prices are still, through the roof. I just can't see myself selling light iron for anything under like 80 bucks a ton. I just can't see it making financial sense. I mean, yes, it's pretty much my... Oh, here we go. Here's a good example of the circuit board. The circuit board instead of a Mylar. I was hoping I'd run into one during the video, because I did want to show you guys an example if you haven't seen one yet. Or if you're, still trying to figure out how to, how to scrap out like keyboards and stuff. Hold on, are those a bunch of little screws? No, they're not. I don't think so. Okay, that was going to make me really, really sad. I thought all those little black things might have been... sorry, like Torx or something. And that would have been a killer for this. This would have gone straight into light iron had that been the case. Alright, why are you not coming off? Oh, there you go. This looks like it's going to be a real pain in the rear end to remove. Yeah, this isn't going to work. I'm just going to have to throw this in the light iron. Oh, it's a little unfortunate, but at least I did get to show you guys clean this crap off. This is nasty. Little turd pebbles, I think, so that's even better. Anyways. Next, it's a really funky keyboard. Let's do another one of these things here. This one is this one's an Apple. This is an old Apple design keyboard. How cool. What are we at for time? Alright, yeah, we're about 20 minutes in, I think. So, I'll probably end off around half an hour. I think that's fair. That way you guys don't have to sit here and painfully watch me try to scrap out keyboards for, like I said, an hour. Because if you haven't already gotten bored, you will by then. So, I don't know. Ouch. This may be the last keyboard. Damn it, I dropped that. Anyways, let's get into this thing here. So, how did Apple make their keyboards back in the day? Well, we're going to find out. Well, with a piece of steel. So, there aren't any screws in here, though, which is actually kind of nice. I don't know what it was held together with, but let's see here. Oh, it's held together by all these little plastic snappy things. So it looks like it was tamper-proof, so you couldn't repair it. So, same old Apple, huh? Anyways, I did also get some very chunky old laptops, which could also make a cool video if I get to it. So, there's no blank in that one. That's interesting. It's not something you see that often. Alright. So, this is what we got out of this video's Mylar haul. Got this, we got a couple of circuit boards here, a couple that we can actually put in mid-grade, and these two can go into low-grade. So, there is one more little adverse effect to scrapping keyboards. And, well, let me just show you what that is here. it's this whole mess of plastic was just from this one keyboard video. I mean, it's pretty damn close to a foot tall. So, you know, and then we got the, you know, the very minute amount of scrap steel. So, scrapping keyboards, oh, and some wire that I just threw into my wire pile there to finish trimming later. So, I mean, yeah, and that's what I got left. Anyways, so my recommendation with keyboards, it's not going to be your money maker. You know, I mean, it's not going to be the thing that pays your bills. You're going to get them, I mean, if you have a way to dispose of them, that's cool. You can, you know, sell them for a decent price. That's alright, you know, I mean, you can scrap them if you want, you know, if you're interested in silver recovery or anything like that. Or, I mean, you can scrap them, but I wouldn't recommend it if you know, if you're getting in hundreds of PCs and you get a couple of you know, if you're also getting keyboards. I would prioritize the PCs. There's just not enough value in the keyboards to really, you know, it's winter work, it's nighttime work, whatever you want to call it. There's value in it, but not a lot, as you saw. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and keep scrapping.